And what's up? Kyle Henderson, Bama football on YouTube. Did you see this? Quinn Ewers, possible destination, Alabama. Have you seen this, honestly? All right, it's coming from an account on X. There's no sources tied to it, but it has everybody talking about Quinn Ewers not declaring for the NFL draft, but rather announcing that he's going to transfer. He has up until this Wednesday to decide what he's going to do. And this account put Alabama as a potential landing spot. Now, again, the site on X has no sources, okay? So people are talking about this. Do I think it's going to happen? No, I don't, okay? Alabama already has 3 fine quarterbacks on its roster, including the number 1 quarterback in the class of 2025 in Keelan Russell. Now, is this interesting? Yeah, hell yeah, it's interesting. You have a quarterback that just helped Texas get to the semifinals, a quarterback that still can come back and play at a high level. And does Alabama need a quarterback that has experience? Hey, you can debate that. Honestly, look, I personally don't think that this is going to happen at all. But would you be upset if Quinn Ewers came to Alabama? Honestly, you have Ty Simpson, who has not played significant time here at the University of Alabama. Keelan Russell, look, the positive criticism, the guy just needs to put on some weight, but clearly he looks the part. And you have Austin Mack, right? Those are your quarterbacks. You only have 3 quarterbacks. How many quarterbacks do you need on a roster? So other landing spots I saw, I think Ole Miss was another one. I think Michigan State, and who knows where else. So I don't think that this is going to happen. We are following it because this is the time of year where you follow things like this. Let me know what you think inside the comment box. Do you think that this is going to go down at all? Quinn Ewers, number one, do you think he's going to transfer or go to the NFL? And number 2, if he decides to transfer, where do you think some realistic transfer destinations are for Quinn Ewers, right? Because clearly his time is done at Texas. It's time for Arch Manning to be the guy there. So let me know where you think he'd go. Other news in the NFL. You got Mike McCarthy. He's out from Dallas. Now, the Cowboys missed the playoffs this past season, going 7-10. The past, 4 seasons, they've made the playoffs. They just haven't won a Super Bowl in quite some time. Do you think that Coach Prime goes to Dallas? Did the stars align for Prime to be the Cowboys head coach? Wouldn't that be something? Honestly, I'd be interested to see that. But what would you do with Dak Prescott, and what would you do with Cooper Rush? Because you know that somehow Coach Prime is going to try to get his son, Shedeur Sanders, as its quarterback, right? Look, Dak Prescott, my goodness, if anybody has ran away with the bag, it has absolutely been him. Cooper Rush, look, I had him on my fantasy football team. He was okay. I think what would make more sense for Coach Prime, and I think if he was to go to the NFL, it seems like the Raiders would probably be a better destination for him because he could have his son. Now, who knows? I mean, things could work, but man, you're tied up with Dak with the Cowboys, so I don't think that's going to happen. I would have probably assumed that the Raiders is probably more realistic. I don't know. Do you think that Coach Prime goes to the NFL? Another coach that could make sense for the Dallas Cowboys, how about Steve Sarkisian? Look, I don't think that I think that the coaches in college football, I think the NFL is a better spot to coach right now because of the lack of guardrails of college football. But with that said, like Dan Lanning, he's not leaving Oregon, in my opinion, because he has Nike behind him. Texas, are you kidding me? All the money that they have around that program, Coach, I could see the Longhorns giving him like $1 billion contract or something like that, right? Marcus Freeman, I know people have been talking about the Notre Dame coach maybe getting looks for the Bears. Notre Dame has a direct path to the playoffs every single year because they don't play in a conference, right? They found a loophole around that. But these are the teams that need coaches in the NFL, right? You got the Bears, right? You got the Cowboys now, the Jags, the Raiders, and the Jets. I don't know. I don't know if you get a college coach to go to the NFL. I think at one point a long time ago when Coach Kalen DeBoer was rolling here at Alabama, they were already saying his name was tied to NFL programs. It happens. I don't know. It kind of seems like Coach Prime will move on from Colorado to the NFL just because Colorado doesn't have the same infrastructure that Texas has, that Oregon has, that Alabama has. You get what I'm saying? That's why that seems to make more sense to me. I want to come on and talk about those 2 points. Let me know what you think inside the comment box. On Quinn Ewers and on Coach Prime, where do you think he'll end up? I appreciate you guys being here. Kyle Henderson, Bama Football on YouTube. If you're new to the channel, let me know where you're watching from inside the comment box. Take it easy.